SRS runway, auto thrust is loose. 80 knots, thrust set. 500. 31. Rotate.
Well, hello, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Look at this lovely snow-covered popsicle banana here in Detroit Metro. We got the cargo doors opening. We've got some snow accumulating on the aircraft, which looks a little bit more like a I don't even know, I wouldn't know how to describe this. Very interesting snow pattern that we have accumulating on the aircraft, but nonetheless, we're going to try to get this sucker out of here. We're going to go to some clearer skies out there in New York City into LaGuardia, guys. So that should be fun. We do have a payware LaGuardia over there. Hopefully it'll look a little bit better than the old default LaGuardia. It was pretty awful for Microsoft Flight Sim. So we do have the payware at LaGuardia Airport, which should be fun. We are rocking vSpirit tonight. We are on our VA. We've got Pegasus launched. We have VAMSIS launched, which I believe you guys are all familiar with VAMSIS by now on VA Friday. I don't need to show it to you. But we do have VAMSIS running. We did start the flight. Our departure time is 3:30 Central, 4:30 Eastern. So we've got 30 minutes to get this puppy off the ground, get her loaded, and on the way. It looks like the bags have just showed up at the aircraft right now. They're loading into the airplane. Pretty cool. I like to see that. Good to see everybody here. Chris Scott, Douglas Phillips, Josh Adams, Wojtek, Fubar, Christian, good to see you. Al W, what's up, man? Hope you're thawing out a little bit. Gene Hoffman, good to see you as well. Sam Feinstein, what's up, dude? You were saying about the ice removal there. The ice doesn't actually affect the airplane, right? We're going to be fine? Because, I mean, legally, this would not be what you want to take off. I mean, this is the worst possible scenario. We have leading edge ice developing. We've got empennage ice. Now, I have seen some snow-covered airplanes here, you know, when you get to the airplane and it's frosted in like this. This is pretty bad, however. We have things to take care of this. So we're going to go through some of that. So good refresher for winter operations. So let's go ahead and get this puppy started up right now. Up to the overhead, we're going to treat it like I just got to the airplane here in Detroit in real life, and it is indeed iced over. So first things first, let's go ahead and get our battery power on. We got a cold soaked airplane here. Let's get our external power on. Let's let everything boot up. We'll brighten up our screens here. We are rocking the latest experimental version, which should be good. Get this all brightened up. Turn on the FO's displays for him because he's going to be freezing while he does his walk around. The least I could do is turn up his displays for him. Brighten up the EFIS and FCU. Little overhead lights. All right, we're cooking with gas now. Yo, Blue Mac, what's going on, man? Good to see you here. Get the heater on quick. I'm freezing. You got it, Max. So we got to still do our normal procedure. So let's go crew supply on, ground control on, CVR test. That's good. Why does it seem quiet? Let me bump up the sounds here a little bit. There we go. Let's go 8 ears. 1, 2, 3. Strobe and auto. Nav position 1. Seatbelts off. No smoking. Auto. Arm that. Landing field elevation is in auto. Everything else looks good here. Fire test 1. Fire test 2. APU. How about that? I hit it without opening the lid. Everything is good on that side as well. Now, while we're up at the overhead, Max, we're going to do here is this is the one time that we are going to activate the probe and window heat. So after engine start, probe and window heat is automatically activated, but this is when you would use it. If you come to the gate here and you need to defrost your window prior to pushback, or just so you could see what's going on, we're going to go ahead and get the probe and window heat on, start melting some ice. I don't know if it's actually simulated. We're going to find out. I hope it is, because if it's not, we're going to have one heck of a time taxiing to the runway. So we do have the probe and window heat on right now. Hopefully that will start melting the ice on the windows. Now, as far as the cabin is concerned, yeah, you guys are going to be SOL. We can't see much of anything. So we got our cheap views here, which is still good. Oh, yeah, that looks good. Perfect. All right. Let's continue with our flow. Down the center pedestal, let's actually set this up. FMGC, that is good. New software, thank you, Christian. That is done. Let's go McDo, Atsu. And I'm just curious, will this initialize? It did, 347. Gosh, that is awesome. Cool. Here, pull it from here. Uplink, cool. All right. I didn't know if it was going to initialize because I did it through the VAMSys, or I'm sorry, the vSpirit sim brief, but it still uses my name, so it works out just fine. Let's get the main panel lights on here. Crew, welcome back to Commercial Pilot, sir. You'll be happy to know that just got that podcast released for you. I am aware of the audio quality for the members that for that last podcast. Hopefully that'll be changed by the next one here. Let's go. Hydraulics are over serviced, looking good. Engine oil quantities are good. Pressurization, we see auto there. Go to the door page. Perfect. We're green there for cockpit oxygen. Center pedestal is pretty much set off. Off parking brake is on. Over here to the TCAS, we don't have any ATC. I'm just going to load in 2000 right now. Cool deal. Ready to go. Christian says you actually did it. I know, I did. I did it a minute before I launched the stream. I was like, oh yeah, I got to deal with that. I was just thinking that. What would happen if you use the wipers on frosted windows? You'd probably tear up the rubber. You could see it does appear to be melting the frost off, which is good. So yeah, you don't really want to use the windshield wipers because you could, number one, you could scratch the glass. But if you just get that probe and window heat on, these windows do get pretty hot. They'll melt that ice off just fine. And once it becomes water or slush, then yeah, go ahead and run the wiper. In fact, does it do anything? No. Doesn't do anything. So, but yeah, in real life, you could run the wiper after it turns to water and slush, and it'll clear it off. Now, here's the thing: if you have this much snow and ice on your airplane, in real life, you're going to be going to get de-iced, and they're going to take care of that for you. So we just need enough to see to get to the de-ice pad here in Detroit. The de-ice pad, typically for the north side over here, look at that logo light on the tail, looking good, would be down here at the end somewhere. So we're going to be, I guess we're not going to simulate going to get de-iced, but either way, let's go ahead and continue our flows here, getting everything loaded up in the airplane. Let me turn my fly pad on as well. I got a little Spirit livery from the interwebs there. It's got a little Spirit cup. I like to see that. Ooh, there's our weather right there. You can see we're dealing with some light snow. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. But because it's so cold, I'm going to fire up the APU early. It's -3 in the cabin. So let's just go ahead and fire up the APU while we're sitting on ground, because here in Detroit, they probably aren't, probably forgot to hook up the ground air anyway. So we're going to fire up the APU early for operational necessity. I need to request a de-icing truck. Does it actually work? I don't know if I have it on visual only or not, Sam. I guess we're going to find out together. All right, that is up and running. We'll go ahead and start the chrono because we do want to make sure that it we have our 3 minutes on this warm-up. Cold APU overnight like that. Confirm the alignment. Good deal. All right, flight plan. Let's pull up our weather first. Let's go ATSU, AOC, weather request, METAR. Let's just go ahead and get it all right now. We'll go ahead and send for that. Go ahead and kind of finish this up. I want those VOR. We're going to need constraint mode on both sides. That looks good. Wait for a message to come back. Is that cup filled with peppermint mocha? Swarm, you know it, man. Nothing but the best. Peppermint mocha here, Spirit. In fact, I think there is a Starbucks in Detroit. Not too far from this gate, actually, if my memory serves me right. I don't know why it looks like a hotel here in Microsoft Flight Sim, but yeah, so there's the Americant gates down there, and then this is pretty much all Spirit and Frontier. And then there's some unknighted stuff over here. And then Delta has their own terminal over there because they are the superior aviator. So I think the Starbucks is actually right over here somewhere. If memory serves me right. Not a bad little setup there, but yeah, we got peppermint mochas. You know that, Swarm. I must say the yellow livery looks great in real life too. On the Airbus, you know, I agree. I think it doesn't look all that bad. It's growing on me. Definitely growing on me. What am I doing here? Let's come back, print this out here. Let's go received, METAR, print it. Detroit right now, light snow, few at 3,000, overcast 3,600, 310 at 8 miles, -3, -30, 39 on the meter. Goodness, 30, 39. That'll make a difference. 30, 39 is set. 1029. And I believe his is synced. Perfect. All right, so with those winds, I did print it, right? I did. There we go. Print it out, put it there. With those winds, 310 at 8. I don't know. Oh, I forgot to do this. Dang it. Hold on. I hate I have to do this every time. Mr. Martini, what's up, man? Good to see you. We are just firing up our spiritual wings here. Charts are linked. Okay. Close that. It should. There we go. There it is. You love how only the red lines are, or only the lines are cleared, I know. Alright, let's pull the flight from Sim Brief. Hey, the windows defrosted a little bit. Use Detroit to the garbage. Let's pull out the old runway diagram here. It's been quite some time since I've been up to Detroit in real life. Alright, I want the taxi chart, so we said it was 310, so we'll probably be blasting off 310 at 8. We'll probably just take 4 right for departure. How's that? So let's go here, departure, runway 4 right, and our actual flight plan has us on the Pavoli 2. SB transition. Insert that. We got 2 SBs. We'll clear that second one. And we'll go ahead and clear the disco there. LW. 5 months membership. Thank you, sir. Looks good as almost as a yellow Lambo Hurricane. Al, thank you so much for the support, man. Appreciate it, sir. Yes, indeed. Alright, so that looks good. Out to Keating, and then from there, LaGuardia. Now, our actual flight plan arrival is... Oh, gosh, you know what? We should have started this. Break from that. Let's go ahead and do this. Douglas Phillips. Douglas Phillips coming in with a monster super chat. Thank you so much for the $50 dono there, Douglas. I don't see a message with your super chat, but I sincerely appreciate the dono there, man. That's absolutely awesome, man. Let's go ahead and get some positive rates in chat for Mr. Douglas Phillips. Thank you, sir, for that $50 super chat. Very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. Thank you. Don't see a message with it, but I'm glad you're enjoying the content, my friend. Thank you. Well, we're on the MIP 4. MIP 4 to the garbage. So we'll go MIP 4. They got us landing 3-1. Let's just load up the 3-1, huh? In the garbage, really? Winds in LaGuardia are 260 at 1.5 gust 20. Ooh, that should be a little bit spicy. 260 at 1.5 gusting 20. I'm going to land on 2-2. We'll just set up for the ILS 2-2. MIP 4. Insert. Keating. Insert. Done. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our flight plan in the box. We got some beautiful boarding music going on right now. Let's check this out. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Let's go ahead and get the APU bleed on. We'll get rid of external power. We no longer need the probe and window heat. Let's go ahead and turn that on. Let's go ahead and warm up the cabin here. Get these warmed up. Let's go ahead and get our fuel as well. That's one last thing we need to do here. Mr. Fuel Truck. We need, according to SimBrief, I'm pulling up my VAMP system. I know you guys can't see this. Let me just get this fuel number, and then we'll be done with it. Gate fuel of 10.7. All right, that is our min dispatch fuel, getting close to it anyway. So, Miss Jungles, welcome. We'll take a little bit of extra gas. We'll take about, for weather and de-ice, I want an extra 2,000 pounds. Refueling begins. Things are looking up. Connor B, thank you so much for the $5 super chat, sir. Make sure to fly like that bus driver video I dropped in the Discord. Love yourself, Connor stuff. Thank you, man. I appreciate that, Connor B. Yeah, that was a pretty funny video. The little bus driver with the 3 fingers there. We'll try to get some of that here with the takeoff and landing cam. We'll do a little bit of that flying for you, just for you, Connor. Thanks again for your support, man. Much appreciated. Welcome on board, my friend. Alright, so our departure time is in 15 minutes. Our flight plan is in the box. We have our fuel on board. We got good sounds on board right now. Everything is looking good. So, let's go ahead and finish up the flying stuff. We are on the Pavley 2. So let's just take a quick look at the SID. That's for the wrong airport. That's for LaGuardia. We need to pull up Detroit. Pavley 2, we said 4 right. I just want to see this airport chart there. There we go. So many SIDs now in Detroit. Pavley 2. Off 4 right. Climbing right turn to wings. At our below 074. Speed restriction departure maintain 280 and televised by ATC. Don't want to blow through that. Done it once or twice. Top altitude 17,000. We have no ATC online, so let's just go ahead and fire up 350 for our top altitude. 3039 350 set, our taxi route. We've already kind of briefed this. It's going to be pretty simple out of here. We're going to push off the gate tail north. We'll taxi all the way down to 4 right via, what's that, maybe like Kilo 5 Yankee, all the way down, full 4 right. Cool. Consider departure brief is complete. Chrono reset. Let's take a seat back here while we finish up the boarding process. I didn't get the freeware Detroit. I did not know there was a freeware Detroit. I checked in the Microsoft store when I got on briefly just to see if there was anything, but I didn't nothing popped up. But we do have a Guardia scenery that we're going to be going to. So, unfortunately, I don't have the Detroit scenery. Scott Bremer, welcome to Private Pilot, sir. Glad to have you on board. Exclamation point, welcome with your new perks here on the channel. Most recently, I guess probably one of the biggest perks of the memberships, not only do you get the emojis and stuff in chat, and you get access to a little separate Discord channel for members, but it is access to the podcast, which I just recently released one. It'll be the most up-to-date one. It's in the V1 After Dark playlist, accessible to all members. Hope you guys get a listen to that. Chris says you can actually switch the strobe lights to auto on the 320neo. Yes, as a matter of fact, on all of the Airbuses with the modern light panel, you can use auto on strobe lights. Got family in Michigan, so Detroit is your second home. Mr. Martini, awesome. There's some good, there's a good Indian or Lebanese food down by the hotel where we stay at in Detroit. Looks like we got someone pushing off the gate down there. That's awesome. I have a question. Y4 Rover 27 left of the wind blowing 310 degrees. I want to get going northbound, and we'll be able to pull it. That's only what? That's 50, 90 degree. It'd be crosswind, so it's pretty much going to be a crosswind either way. I'd rather be going northbound than southbound. Man, I can just, the sounds of the packs right now, like with the packs on, or they like the air conditioning packs, I should say, with the heat blowing, just sounds so good in the back. All right, 12.6, we've got our fuel. Let's come over here. Let's go ahead and, he's not on the truck. He's not out there anymore, is he? No, fuel is good. Let's go ahead and get rid of some other people down there. Gonna drive away. He's gonna drive away. Let's see if we can start closing up some doors. Can we see some Aussie flights soon? Maybe, man. We might have to do some Aussie. You know what? We will do some Aussie flights very soon, Justin Jones. I'll tell you guys why when we get to it. Probably next week, but yeah, we're gonna be in Australia for especially 1 or 2 flights, just because I want to show you guys something. Next week we're gonna have some cool stuff coming to the channel, so we'll do some Australia flights for sure. All the ice is gone. Yeah, it seems like it melted off. We don't have to get de-ice. Perfect. Hotshot, I'll soon hear myself. Really? Well, I'm just standing by. We've got everything loaded up here. I just love the ambient sounds. There goes the tug, or not the tug, the belt loader. Looks like they got to replace. They replaced the Sharklet. Didn't paint that one. Tobag, what's going on, man? Welcome. Steve, good to see you, sir. Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. LA to Sydney, 15-hour stream. Okay, thanks. Bye. Christian, I will not be doing a 15-hour stream. No, thank you. No, thank you. Plane spotting, thank you for the $1 dono, man. Appreciate it. Microsoft Flight Sim or X-Plane. Well, considering that my X-Plane, apparently all my ortho is just, I don't know, it's all done, apparently. I'm sick with Microsoft right now. But I was actually trying to fix some of my ortho in the Northeast on X-Plane because I want to do some flights up in the Northeast on X-Plane, but all my ortho is messed up, so still working on that. The Spirit flight to San Diego to San Francisco? I don't believe so. That'd be something to ask the vSpirit guys. How do you derate climb thrust on takeoff, Daniel? Well, you're going to be wanting to use the flex thrust, so we aren't going to be using any flex today. Let's take a look at our weight and balance and see how we're doing here. We are almost done. 109 of 142. We are on 122.8, the Unicom. Everything else is set. Doors are closed except the boarding door, 350. We've already talked about our departure brief. We're looking real good. We are looking real good. A lot of snow out there today. A lot of snow out there today. So we're going to 2-engine taxi because we have contaminated surfaces. Chris Stuper, welcome, sir. Glad to have you on board, man. Peter Fish, I love your stream. Such a privilege. Peter Fish, well, thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying the content, man. Welcome on board. Good day from Sydney, Coat Cutter 67. I actually climbed the Sydney Harbor Bridge, one of those touristy things, many years ago. But welcome, man. Glad to have you on board. We will do the perf page on takeoff after we have our perf data.
Detroit traffic, this is British, this is a Sydney at 197. Pushing back, this is to the south, taxi to runway 4 right.
Someone else taxed in a 4 right. Perfect. 20 more people to go. Look at that. Our departure time is at 1:30. I think we're going to be pretty close to it. How often do you do a 1-engine taxi? Ironman, that's really going to depend upon how much traffic you got out there, how long do you expect the taxi clearance or the taxi to take you. Generally speaking, as a rule of thumb here in the U.S., we have a lot of large airports that a single-engine taxi is worth it as far as fuel consumption and savings. So we single-engine taxi whenever we can. I'd say it's probably, I don't know, I wouldn't say it's quite 50-50, maybe like 60-40, 40% being single-engine taxi. It's pretty common. I'll do it a lot too if I just want to get out. Maybe we're pushing into an alley where there's a lot of traffic. I'll say, hey, let's just get started on one, and then I'll have the FO start the second engine as soon as we clear the ramp. Because if you pushback is complete and you got one engine running, you might as well just start moving out on one engine and then fire up the second one once you clear the ramp area. So I'll do that as well too sometimes.
Detroit traffic, freeway 316, crossing 9 left, Detroit.
Boarding completed.
Boarding completed. Wow, that's good. Boarding completed. All right. Is this passenger door? Let's do this. Let's go ahead and pull the jet bridge off.
Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, on behalf of myself, your captain, the first officer, and cabin crew, I'd like to take this time to welcome you aboard our flight. We're just wrapping up some paperwork up front here and waiting to receive final numbers from the ground crew, then we'll be on our way. Flight attendants will be coming through the cabin shortly with a very important safety briefing. We do ask that you give them your full, undivided attention as they review the safety operations of this Airbus aircraft. We do appreciate your business having you aboard this flight. If there's anything we do to make your flight any more enjoyable, please don't hesitate to ask. Welcome aboard.
Now, that, my friends, sounds like a real fake pilot if I've ever heard one. Boris, those are awesome, man. Awesome sounds there, man. Absolutely loving it, dude. That's funny. I remember that now. I do indeed remember that. That's perfect. Right after the boarding completed, too, just like you would do in real life. Okay, everything's ready to go. ARC, we are 4 minutes ready to push. Are you guys ready to push? Boarding is complete. Perf page. Here we go. We're going to do a flaps 1 Toga takeoff. What do we got? Speeds 133, 134, 138 is set. Flaps 1 Toga. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm ready to roll. Are you ready to roll? Beacon is on. Fuel pumps are coming on.
Flight attendants, arm doors, and cross-check.
Even got Mrs. V1 in the house. I love it. All right. There they go. Doors are armed. All right, let's do our checklist. Windows, doors, and slides. Closed and armed. Beacon on. Thrust levers idle. Parking brake. It is on. Before start, checklist is complete. Low line. We already did it. Let's go ahead and call for push. That was awesome.
Detroit traffic, Endeavor 30.
Cockpit to ground.
Departing.
This is ground.
You can
Stand
follow along with the
by.
safety information card in your seat back pocket. To fasten your seatbelt, insert the flat metal end into the buckle and pull on the strap to tight. To release, just lift the top flap of the buckle. Please keep your seatbelt back and low and tight across your laps. Even with
Was
the
that your
seatbelt
real
button
voice
and have
recorded?
it
It was
through
indeed.
At all times.
Hotshot, those
Your
are
life
awesome,
vest
man.
is
These
in
are
the pouch
awesome.
Under your seat, if instructed by the crew, tear open the pouch, remove the vest, and pull it over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist. Secure the buckle and pull the strap tight. As you exit the aircraft, inflate the vest by pulling down firmly on the red tabs or blowing into the tubes on both sides. A locator light on
Okay,
the shoulder
sir.
will turn on
Bypass pin
automatically
is
when
installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is
I love how you can't hear it from up here.
Parking brakes are set. You may
That is
lift.
awesome.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
All right, here we go. He's doing all his
The
things.
aircraft is used as a rest. All exits are clearly marked with a sign overhead. If necessary,
Wow.
floor level lighting.
Standing by.
Will be
Push back.
activated.
316, departing 3 left up to the north. Detroit.
All right, he's departing up to the north. We're doing our lift here in the snow.
Firmly pull the mask towards you to start the flow of oxygen. Place the mask over your nose and mouth, pull the elastic bands around your head, and tighten using the straps on both sides. Even though the bag may not inflate, oxygen will be flowing. Be sure to put your mask on first before
I agree,
others.
Fubar.
And
The
we'll let you know when
latest
it's no
sound,
longer
this
needed.
sound pack has
We'll be passing
really
through the cabin to make sure we are ready for departure. You can
encompassing
help us make
the
sure your seatbelt is fastened.
the whole experience here. We got announcements, we got welcome aboard announcements. This is awesome. Hawks, all these sounds are on the latest experimental version. What is he waiting for? Brakes released? Is that what he's waiting for?
Please set parking brakes.
What? What are you waiting for down there, Meng? Oh, I need to select.
Cockpit to ground.
There we go. Jeez.
Go ahead. We are cleared for start and push. Parking brake set. Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
I'm not using any audio mod. This is all from the just from the Fly-by-Wire team.
Parking
Hotshot.
brakes are released. Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
God, it's
You will
makes me
start
want
in
to
the
pull my
sequence.
hair out. The amount of chatting we got going on here. All right, so in Detroit, they typically push you straight back. Because we're pushing back on a contaminated ramp, we're not going to start until the pushback is complete. I think we need some likes for the personalized announcements alone. Super cool. Miss Jungles, I totally agree. Guys, if you like this sound pack, if you like the immersion that it brings, go ahead, hit the like button. Hit the like button for Boris Hotshot, the sound creator of the Fly-by-Wire 320. Absolutely fantastic. 200 people's watching, 79 likes. Let's go ahead and bump those up. For the sound experience alone, it is top notch. I mean, if you've ever flown on an Airbus and then you fly the Fly-by-Wire 320, the sounds are it's hard to tell the difference. It really is. This is so unfortunate I can't watch the stream. Hope all goes well. Have a great flight. Flight Simmer, not to worry, my friend. Take care. Have a good rest of your night, my friend. Glad. Thank you for stopping by. We need a pushback program that uses somewhat weird listening. I agree, Sam. And I think somebody was saying that the phraseology on this pushback is for like the European or UK. It's what they do, but it's way too convoluted. In the US, pushback is very simple. Cockpit to ground. Ground to cockpit. Walk around complete. Bypass bin inserted. Waiting your call. Cockpit to ground. Brakes released. Clear to push. Commencing pushback. Clear to start. Push complete. Set brakes. Brake set, clear to disconnect, pin on the left. Good day. That's it. That's all you need to say. I did the whole conversation in 10 seconds. None of this. Okay, we're waiting for your pushback. It just seems a little bit long-winded.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Now he's just being polite with that, which is fine. Brake set, clear to
Parking brake
disconnect.
set. Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Now, when you do use a lift tug or a Ferrari tug, as I like to call them, sometimes
Ground.
you got
You may disconnect.
some more info, but
Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
all right,
Holding
take it
position,
easy.
waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Yeah, I mean, We're good. Okay, he's out of there. He's pushing off. Let's go ahead and fire him up. We're going to fire up 1 and 2. I know vSpirit SOP says we should single engine taxi, but also in the SOPs, you don't want to... I'm going to be quiet for the startup. Just listen. I just can't with these sounds. I just can't with these sounds. They're so good. So yeah, what I was saying is you don't want a single engine taxi on a contaminated ramp area or taxiway. So we're going to fire them both up right now. Plus we're going to need the warm-up time. So we got a good engine start on number 1. Let's go ahead and start engine 2. Fire it up from this view here. A little bit different sound. How's the FPS? FPS is good. Got bourbon? Yes, sir. Douglas Phillips. I know, Max, y'all like to talk in the UK. Everything's long-winded, man. Everything's long-winded in the UK. Now I feel bad I paid for the BSS sounds. Yeah, this will make you feel bad you bought any sound pack. Listen to this sound pack here. See how it's slightly different? The resonation of the light off isn't as loud and pronounced in front of the engine, which is true depending on where you sit. If you've ever been back here to an engine start, we're out here in front of the fan. It's a little bit different than sitting right next to the burner section or the hot section where all that combustion takes place. And then, of course, it's different if you're at the very end of the or behind the wing. This is the teeth chattering spot right here.
Detroit traffic, this is West Indian 197 at runway 4 right. Ready for takeoff?
All right, since we are not going to do a de-ice, we're just going to go here, we're going to go here, and then we're going to extend the flaps from here. Absolutely love it. All right, we'll go back to the live cam for now. Just want to show you guys that flap extension. We'll continue the after start flow. So that's off armed, flaps are config 1, APU can come off, or APU bleed, and the APU. Let's go ahead and figure out where we're going. We're going to be taxiing to 4 right via Yankee. Detroit traffic, Spirit Wings 347, just off Delta 14, going to taxi to 4 right via Yankee, Detroit. All right, that looks good there. We'll close that up. Are you guys ready? Let's do it. Taxi light on. Brakes released. We don't have cinematic drive-by view here, so I'm going to do my best. But we're out of here. We got a clean surface, so we're going to just go ahead and transition right here to a Yankee, right? Kilo 7, Yankee. Really tempting you back to Microsoft Flight Sim? Hey, I'll tell you what, the Fly-by-Wire is at a point where I'm enjoying flying it on Microsoft Flight Simulator because you really get to enjoy the scenery of the sim, the ease of the sim. Like you don't have to worry about ortho and your files and all that nonsense. Look at that guy taking off right over the top of us. That's cool. Right there, that's awesome. And especially with me right now, with my X-plane being in shambles essentially, which sucks, but it is what it is. All right, we're going to do same thing because it's kind of a contaminated ramp. I'm single pilot here. We're going to just taxi all the way down. We'll hold short of the runway. We'll take care of all of our before takeoff items while we're holding short with the brake set. So let's go ahead and enjoy this wing taxi view.
Detroit traffic, this is Amphibian 197, airborne at Furthest.
And you know what, I also missed a step. We should have this in auto. There we go. It's because of the FlyByWire I'm loading up FS 2020 more and more, yeah. All we need now is Vnav in this baby, yes sir. And others to the release. Yeah, I mean, you're going to have... I mean, if PMDG would just drop, you know, then I can fly some PMDG stuff in Microsoft. And I can just wait for... I'll be fine. You know, I know I'm saying this because my X-Plane right now is giving me a headache, but I'm at the point now where, like, if PMDG were to drop right now, or the Phoenix or the Mad Dog were to drop, I would be content in saying that I'm just going to stay in Microsoft until X-Plane 12 comes. Because I have so much work to do on my X-Plane 11 reinstall that I honestly would be fine waiting, you know, a couple of months if I had one other airplane, like a PMDG or a Phoenix or a Mad Dog in Microsoft to fly. I would just say wait until X-Plane 12, but we'll see. We just crossed the closed runway, normal runway closed, cross procedures, got to get your lights on and stuff. Look at these little snow particles that fly into the taxi light. You guys see that? Every now and then you get a bright snow particle. That's awesome. Nice, you can see the green taxi lights. Yeah, the omnidirectional taxiway light. DC-6, oh man, DC-6. I watched Flight Deck to Sim do a little bit of flying in that thing. Yes, was it yesterday when he was flying it? It's so much work, man. That's so much work. It's more work than I want to do. You just got the Airbus Flap detent from 3D Sim, game changer. Douglas, awesome. I'm waiting for the throttles to come next. So, yeah, I guess we can turn on the takeoff and landing cam. You guys enjoy some of the views here. The strobe lights are in auto already, Chris. They are in auto already. At least they should be. Yeah, they're already in the auto position. Are you? Yeah, I'm actually using a 1070. My settings are pinned in the... Whoa, as we take out some taxi lights here, part of vSpirit SOP. My settings are pinned in the Discord if you want to check them out. Basically, it's a mixture of high, some medium, and then I have some things turned off. But, yeah, I mean, I am straight up running a 1070, and this is kind of what, you know, we talked about getting a new GPU. I don't think my sim looks $3,000 bad, you know, to upgrade to a 30 series card. So as of right now, fingers crossed, I know I'm saying that, hopefully I don't have a power issue or something and toast my GPU, but my GPU has been doing just fine. Carta, what's up? Welcome on board. You can use AI for the DC-6 to help with checklist flows and power settings if you don't. yeah, I know, I've followed it. Here's the thing, once I dove into the DC-6, I probably would really enjoy flying it, honestly. I just don't know if I want to spend that much time studying right now, just yet. Doing the same flight as you, got 101 knot tailwind. Ooh, Danny. I like the sound of that. What channel? The settings are pinned in this, the FS 2020 General. In the Discord, the FS 2020 General. GPU prices are coming down. Yeah, they are coming down, James. I'm keeping an eye on them. I'm not saying I'm not going to upgrade my GPU, but I don't think there's a need right now. We'll take Yankee 2. We don't need Yankee 1. We're going to hold short here. We'll do our full checks before departing. Want to make sure you hold short of the hold short line here. We'll just go ahead and kill it now. We'll get the brake set. And let's go ahead and do a flight control check. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Rudder. Almost full left. Almost full right. And neutral. Well, of course, I like seeing it from the wing view back here, too. It's kind of nice. Alright. Auto brakes max. Takeoff config check. Weather can come on. System 1. Auto. Oh, it says in op. Do I have to go to system 2? We'll go. I don't know if it makes a difference. System 2. On. TARA. And up top.
Flight attendants, please prepare for takeoff.
Yes, indeed. What are we missing? Signs. Never turn the seatbelt sign on. Way to go. Alright. You guys ready? Let's do it. I don't see anybody on final. Detroit traffic. Spirit Wings 347 going to be departing runway 4 right out to the northeast. Detroit. Alright. Nobody here. We'll go on. On. Turn you on. Turn you on. Let's do it. Weather radar is in op. Cool. I kind of figured. I just wasn't sure. I mean, the reflection on the snow is pretty next level, I'm not gonna lie. Salute to Kawati Mundi, salute, and we're out of here, Swarm. Yes, sir. You should fly with failures when the Phoenix comes out? Oh, yeah, definitely. Alright, let's see if we can get maximum likes. Maximum likes and maximum yogas in chat here. We're gonna go full yoga on departure, which is a interesting debate when you talk about taking off on contaminated runways, if you should use Toga thrust or flex thrust.
Traffic American 4944 ready to...
That's a pretty cool shot. Snow-covered runway. Alright, are you guys ready? Look at the lighting over there, just under the cloud layer. Maximum yogas in chat. Here we go. Nose forward on the stick. Spooling them up 50. Yoga. Man, Toga SRS runway auto thrust is blue. Thrust set. 100 knots. Check. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Here up. Nav. Spoilers disarm. Goodbye, Detroit City. God, I love that sound. I agree, man. Mini GE 90s, yes indeed. Well, we'll go ahead and get that nose down a little bit. Alright, so on takeoff, flying into icing conditions, we want to turn on our engine anti-ice now would be good. And we will stand by for wing anti-ice until we have a clean wing. So I'm going to kind of leave that Toga thrust in there. We'll come back a little bit. MCT. There we go. Let's bring it into the climb. D10. Thrust climb. Climb auto thrust. There is S speed. So let's go ahead and bring flaps 0. After takeoff checklist. We got a clean wing. We know it's, let's say we're actually accumulating ice. So we'll go ahead and get the wing anti-ice on at this point now. I mean, these sounds make me feel like I'm actually in the airplane. It's unbelievable. I'm going to brighten this one up a little bit here. Alright, after wings, it's a right turn out. We're going to just go ahead and go open climb. Thrust climb, open climb, instead of leveling at the restriction. It's actually vibrating your speakers? Awesome, Mr. Martini. I kind of like the IEs and CFM more, but still awesome. Tell you what, if you've got to fly a Neo, the Pratt & Whitney is still the best sounding I think, in Toga thrust. In Toga thrust, the Pratts, they scream a little bit more. Speeding a little bit there. There's 8,000. We're about to break out. Let's stay in the cockpit for this breakout view. Oh yeah, coming up to cloud surf. And just like that, it's a beautiful day on top of the clouds. A little bit of mashed potatoes going on there, but with the frames that we're getting and the amount of clouds, it is what it is. I personally think X-Plane 12 clouds is going to look better than that right there, but that still looks decent. Nope, forgot to turn. Let's get the bank angle check in there. Bank angle check, we're coming around. There will be whales on those Pratts. Exactly, Carter. Do you think frames will be better on things like Phoenix and PMDG and FlyByWire? I don't think so, man. I think FlyByWire is going to be pretty much your best frames. You know, things like the PMDG and Phoenix, they have a lot more that they have to run in the background, so I would be my guess that it would be heavier on frames, but I don't know. I've seen some stuff with Phoenix where it says that it's actually as good as the default airplane, so who knows, man. Until we can actually fly one and get it in the sim, I don't know. Let's go ahead and turn off our lights now. We're above 10. We'll get all that off. We're above the clouds. Wing anti-ice, engine anti-ice can come off. Let the flight attendants know that we've passed 10,000 feet. Let's go ahead and clean up the box here. Let's give ourselves a direct to Pavil. Insert. Bring that over. Come left. You don't want to keep your phone on by accident on this departure, because then you'll tip the Canada cell phone towers, and it'll say, welcome to Canada, and I'll charge you like $10. So ask me how I figured that one out. Pilot deviation, I have a number. Get out of here with that number, Max. Ain't got time for deviations tonight. We are VA Friday. Gonna keep on hand flying here. Oh, what a view right there. If you haven't already, hit the like button for this view. Look at the sun coming off of the wing, the reflection in the glass, the overcast layer. Hit the like button for that absolute juice shot right there. Now we don't need no autopilot just yet. We're gonna hand fly this puppy. What are you looking for regarding anti-ice activation, altitude, temp, entering the clouds? So, for anti-ice, you need to be in the icing temperature range, which for sim purposes, I tell you guys, plus 10, minus 10, anywhere in that window. You know, we can get into a deeper discussion about, you know, high altitude stuff, but just plus 10, minus 10 Celsius, and invisible moisture. So it has to either be raining, you have to be in the clouds, you have to have some type of visible moisture. But once you get above the visible moisture, it's impossible to collect ice. Look at this shot. This is probably one of the most realistic views I've ever seen. I'm taking a screenshot. Print screen. Because, I mean, just, are you kidding me? That looks like a real freaking shot right there. Not necessarily things run independent from the sim on a separate thread. It wouldn't be a problem. Look at the Challenger. That is true, Christian. That is true. I think, you know, in the past, you know, I come from, let's go ahead and set standard now. We're out of 18,000. You guys get the full 18,000 foot hand-flown departure today. We'll go ahead and turn the autopilot on here. Yeah, just a little bit. Right about now. Bring you guys back to this camp. All right, so we're AP1 thrust climb, open climb, navin. Let's continue to enjoy this juice view here. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, for the as far as the Phoenix is concerned, so I flew PMDG on FSX. I flew the FS Labs on FSX and P3D. You know, those companies are so they have such a reputation behind them. They're not going to release a product that is not optimized well enough. You know, it may be heavier than normal, but they're not going to release something that's just going to absolutely brick your PC. I know when the PMDG first released on FSX, it was heavier than other airplanes we had seen because it really changed the game as far as simulation goes. But it still was very playable. You know, you look at things like the flight factor, where on some rigs, for some reason, the flight factor 320 is borderline unplayable for some people. Now, when it first came out, in recent updates, it's much, much better. As a matter of fact, it's actually pretty good now. But when it first came out, man, that flight factor 320 was very hard to run on certain PCs. Enjoy the rest of your stream, guys. I've got to go. Got an early night, early start tomorrow. Miss Jungles, thank you for stopping by. You take care. Have a good night. So below minus 10C, no risk of icing it flying through a cloud, too cold. Exactly. Great. The great Suffolk guys. Yeah, below 10C, that's the theory behind it. Now, since we're already going down this rabbit hole of icing temps, theoretically, you should keep your engine anti-ice on in the clouds all the way up until minus 40. Theoretically. So, just keep that in mind. Now, on the descent, you want to turn it on as well at minus 50 and above, because you're going to be at thrust idle. You're going to be at idle thrust. Light clouds look good, but I find the default 320 a little bland on the texture, no rivets, brakes in the panels on the engine, not dirt. You know how much I like dirt on my Guardia. I agree. We need some LEAP engines out here. I mean, it does, where it looks bland to me, and you know, because it isn't a Zobo model, it's not really the fly-by-wire guy's fault, but like right here, this section of the wing is missing. But when you look at this one here, this actually looks pretty good, like a nice clean, like a brand new 320. You get that kind of gloss. Sometimes you get that little glossiness on there. But I totally agree about the engines. I would love to see some Guardia engines here in Microsoft. That would totally change. But yeah, this view right here, Guardia, I see what you're talking about. This is a little bit clean, a little bit bland as far as details go, but we all know you're the detail master, so of course you're going to pick that one out. When to use engine anti-ice and wing anti-ice? So I guess let's continue with the anti-ice and wing anti-ice discussion. I'm going to turn down the sim a little bit. Let's knock this down to about half. All right, how's that? We'll turn that down a little bit more even. Hopefully that's a little bit better, so now we can think. So continuing with our anti-ice and de-ice discussion here. For the Airbus specifically, so what we just talked about, plus 10, minus 10, engine anti-ice on in visible moisture, right? Technically in the climb out all the way up to minus 40 on the TAT. Now, the wing anti-ice is a little bit of a different animal. You're technically not supposed to engage the wing anti-ice until you have a visual accrual of ice. So until you can actually see ice beginning to build up on your wings or your sharklets, or in more of a realistic aspect here, in the real airplane, we have a little ice detect probe, which I don't, oh, there it is. Right here. So it's not even an ice detect probe. It's just literally an ice probe. And it's actually what's called a representative surface. So if you see ice collecting on this probe, you can assume that ice is starting to collect on some other surfaces of the aircraft, such as the wings, the sharklets, the inlets, maybe even the empennage. So that is when you would turn on your wing anti-ice, only when you have visual confirmation of ice accumulation. The reason there's a difference is because the engine anti-ice only heats this engine inlet here. And the engine inlet, if you think of our Bernoulli principle, which is when you accelerate something, you cool the temperature, right? That's Bernoulli, I think. So because the air is being accelerated going into the engine, more so than it would be going around the leading edge of the wing, you're more susceptible to ice accumulation on the engine than you are the wing, theoretically. So even though your wing may not be collecting ice, the acceleration of air going around the engine inlet could lower the temperature to a point which would then create ice to form on the inlet instead of the wings out here. So that's why the engine anti-ice. Now the engine anti-ice is also a much lower demand on the bleed system of the aircraft. You're only heating this lip here. When you turn on the wing anti-ice, you are actually only activating the outboard 3 slats. So you can count them, 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 slats that are heated with wing anti-ice. Right here, you can see the lines. So 1, 2, 3. I think that's a slat out there. It looks a little bit disproportionate. The outboard 3 slats will then be heated on both wings, but as you can imagine, those are still pretty large surfaces compared to the engine inlet. So you're going to have a pretty strong reduction in performance of the aircraft. So on approach, if you have ice, say you're collecting ice, you've got your engine anti-ice on, your wing anti-ice on, they recommend that you turn off the wing anti-ice at the final approach fix in case you have to go around, then you get that go-around performance on that second segment climb out. That's just another detail that goes on with real-world stuff as opposed to sim stuff. But that's kind of the lowdown on wing anti-ice and engine anti-ice. So always turn on your engine anti-ice, even if you think you may or may not get it. But don't turn on your wing anti-ice until you know you're actually getting it. So, all right, let's go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign off. We got a nice tailwind out here today. 118 knots, just about to go over the Chardon VOR. I'm going to just chill on this view for a minute because this is just absolutely fantastical. I just find it unrealistic. Even new planes have some amount of dirt and wear. It's never completely clean. I totally agree with you, Carter. Totally agree with you. Unless you go through a thunderstorm at, 400 knots, then you clean it up pretty good. But yeah, you still actually, when you go through a thunderstorm at 400 knots, you get those real good grease streaks because all you're doing when you go through the rain is you loosen up that grease that's inside the cowlings and inside the rivets, and then they really start to streak out. I clicked like 30 seconds ago and already learned something. Bobby Edmonds, well, welcome on board, man. Glad to have you on board. Hawks says, love your explanation, V1, you're the best. Hey, I appreciate it, Hawks. Glad to have you here. I know I don't stream Microsoft. Well, I have been recently, but I haven't been in Microsoft in quite some time. I know it brings different viewers to the channel, new viewers to the channel, so I welcome everybody to the stream, and I welcome to invite you to hit that subscribe button and the like button, of course. Because we do a lot of variety here, but we do mostly Airbus on this channel. So if you want to learn Airbus, you want to learn real procedures, you want to learn sim stuff, be more than happy to have you on board. And we got a lot of good guys in the Discord too that help out. If you got questions, if you're new to Flight Sim, I know Microsoft brings in a lot of new people to Flight Sim in general. We got a lot of good guys in the Discord as well to help out with that. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Is that too loud? What are we looking at out here? Oh. We're about to do a hard bank angle check left turn here. We'll take it in this view. Can you explain the hot hydraulic situation that XP mentioned? Dorian, I will cover that in maybe a podcast section. I would like to do it in the TOLUS, where I can actually show you guys a configuration of the hydraulic system that will occur. Now, let me pull up something real quick though. I came prepared. I brought my actual company iPad to the office today. So let me pull up something, because what's funny is when XP mentioned that, not too long ago we received a memo about of the condition that can create hydraulic overheat. Let me see if I can pull it out here. A little loud on the music. We'll turn it down then. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Wow, look at that. That is awesome. Watching your tutorials on the 300 and then remembered you were live. What's up, Rotor Fib? Welcome on board, man. Do you need type training for the Neo? Once you're typed in the Airbus, you just need differences training for the Neo. All right, here we go. Hydraulic engine pump low pressure followed by hydraulic reservoir overheat. All right, so I'm going to read you guys. We'll just get into it now. I wanted to do it in the TOLIS so we can I can maybe show you guys some configurations. But let's just read through the condition real quick here. So a fluid leak from the green or yellow hydraulic system causes a decrease in hydraulic pressure. When the difference in pressure is between the green and yellow system reaches 500 psi, the PTU is automatically activated to transfer hydraulic power between the two systems. However, due to the fluid leakage, the PTU cannot pressurize the green or yellow system and starts to run at high speed. You're going to really hear that PTU cranking. You're going to be hearing that constantly. So, because it can't get the PSI up because you're losing fluid in one of the systems. So what happens is, due to the fluid leakage, the PTU cannot pressurize the system and starts to run at a high speed, heating up the hydraulic fluid in the yellow or the green hydraulic system, depending on which system is leaking. This results in an overheat of the system hydraulic reservoir, and the associated ECAM caution will trigger. When the flight crew applies the successive ECAM procedures, both yellow and green hydraulic systems are lost, and the flight warning computer triggers the hydraulic green, yellow system low pressure ECAM. This is a big deal if you're on the ground. So XP was referring to, I believe they couldn't move, right? They had to get tugged. They don't have any steering on the ground now because green and yellow are done. The purpose of the OEB is to perform operators to such finish. So they changed our procedures a little bit to mitigate that, because you don't want to put yourself into a dual hydraulic procedure failure if you don't have dual hydraulic failure. You just have an overheat of one. So I know that was kind of a mouthful, but maybe some of you guys will picked up on that. All right, we're good here, right? Everything is good. How are we doing on fuel? We're looking good. We never put in our net B fuel. Again, we failed on that. Is this something that could be caught during a walk-around? Absolutely simple takeoff. Absolutely could be caught during a walk-around. Absolutely. In fact, I would hope that it's caught during a walk-around. But, I think what XP72 was referring to was, I think it was it an American that had that issue on the runway, so. What's the furthest distance you fly in your real-life flights? No, would be... the farthest I've gone is about 6 hours. I don't know how many miles that is. You could do probably the longest flight is South America somewhere, maybe Lima or something, where they stretch the bus out. But me personally, I like to try to keep my flights 2 hours or less. I'm not built for long haul. How does the PTU work exactly? I know it doesn't transfer fluid, so how does it transfer the hydraulic power? PFM, Sam. I'd have to get into... I'll pull up... I don't have my other book here. So I have an advanced systems guide that actually explains the inner workings of the PTU. But essentially what it does, and I'm going to try to say this basically from memory. You're absolutely correct. There is no fluid transfer in the PTU. So that's the number one thing to remember. The PTU doesn't transfer fluid. But what it is capable of doing is taking the pressure from one system and transferring the pressure to the other system without transferring fluid. So how it accomplishes that, I'd have to look up in the book again. I used to know when I went in for my check ride, but I've since drawn a blank on it, and I don't want to start spewing false information on how it works. But you understand the key concept of it there. There's no fluid transfer. It's just a power transfer. It's able to transfer the power from one system. Oh, I'm sorry, not the power, the pressure. And then it transfers pressure. It's got to have something to do with air or something. I don't know. I'm going to look into it, Sam. I'll look into it. I am late and have a question regarding taxiing with only engine 2 and yellow pump. Do real pilots do it or no? Taxiing with the number 2 on, you would not have the yellow pump on. You're not the electric pump because the engine driven pump is on. So why would you turn the yellow electric pump on? You already have the pump running because the engine's running. The only reason you turn the yellow electric pump on is if the engine 2 pump failed. Then you turn the yellow electric pump on. But now that failed, yeah, we're going to be, you're going to have more problems than that. So you can single engine taxi with number 2 running, but that PTU is going to be running the whole time. Are there any U.S. airlines not associated with a union? There's a few like regionals that aren't unionized. SkyWest is one of them. 3,700 miles, that sounds about right. I mean, I do transcons semi-frequently, so I don't know how long that is. We are level 350. I think we are. 350. You know what I didn't do is I didn't change the... Wait, what? We're going to change our cruise out to 350. Got a bit confused, but approved to engine 2 only taxi. To engine 2 only taxi. So the procedure is if you're going to single engine taxi, you should only single engine taxi with the number 1 engine running. Oh.
Just reach your cruising altitude for the flight. As it gets settled in, I do want to remind you to please keep your seat elbows clear from the aisle as the flight attendants will be coming from the cabin with galley cards shortly. Also, one more reminder to please refrain from congregating with the front galley when the flight deck door is located. Thank you.
Wow, that sound is sweet, Boris. That was awesome. That was another announcement brought to you by yours truly. But that's awesome that he's got that incorporated. It just sounds so good. Absolutely love it. All right, let's turn down the exterior to like a lot. And then we're going to go back outside. We'll enjoy some outside views. Like that. That's a thing of beauty right there, ladies and gentlemen. I have a question about the 320. When you have to fly a certain heading immediately after takeoff, do you have to pull heading in the air or can you do it on the ground? You would pull it in the air. You're not supposed to make any turns below 400 feet for TERPS data. Now, if there is some procedure that requires any turn is going to be as soon as practical. So you're probably going to be, like if they have a turn left as soon as practical departure procedure, what you're going to want to do is you're going to do it manually. You're going to take off 400 feet. You're probably still hand flying. Would I fly the 220? Sure. Was that recorded from the real PA system? Sounds good. You'll never know, Trevor. You'll never know, but it sure sounds real. I'll tell you that. Hotshot, freaking awesome on the sounds. Freaking awesome work on the sounds, dude. Absolutely awesome. P2 essentially works like a pump on side, which is driven by the other hydraulic circuit. There you go. A pump on side driven by the other hydraulic circuit. Whoa, we're starting to get into some turbulence. Let's go ahead and turn those seatbelt signs back on. Go ahead and turn the cabin temps down a little bit so we're not cooking everybody out back there. Clean recording with an effect applied. There it is. Hotshot killed it, man. Absolutely killed it. Shout out to Hotshot for getting the sounds for this airplane. It is absolutely awesome. What percentage do you give the development of FlyByWire into realism, or your opinion as a captain on the Airbus family? Oh, that's a hard one, man. As opposed to what? Like, I mean, you could put like the FS labs up and as opposed to real life flying. It's On a sim doesn't really capture real life flying. Real life flying, you're worried about a lot of other things that aren't simulated in sims. But as far as like, if you just want to say a functionality standpoint, I don't even know how to put a number on it because I don't know what the end goal is, right? Like what is their end goal? What is their depth of simulation end goal? So in order to put a number on it, you'd have to know what the end goal is. So I don't know how to put a number on it, but I will tell you this, it's at a level now where you can totally complete a full point-to-point flight in normal operations and pretty much have everything working that you need to be working. Now, other than the Vnav, of course, other than the Vnav implementation, which is coming, they're working on that next. That's, you could pretty much do point-to-point flying and really enjoy it. The bird mode works. Bird is huge for me because I love flying. I'm turning the autopilot off. Hopefully we'll do that when we get down on the Guardia. We'll turn the autopilot off, hand fly around with the bird, the FSprojects side stick. How do you communicate with ground crew for pushback in real life? In real life, I'll show you right here. So they're going to connect down below. They're going to connect down below, and it's going to be basically a hot mic. So what I would need to do is I'd actually pull up this. I have to talk on this right here. I'd switch this from call to mechanic, and then I'd have my intercom volume turned up. And in real life, I'd probably have VHF1, VHF2 off, because the FO is going to be communicating with ramp control. So in order for me to communicate with the ground crew, I want to make sure I can hear them and not the ATC. So I'd have VHF1, VHF2 off, intercom on and up, and mechanic push button on. And then you can either move this to intercom and speak through the headset, or you could pull out the hand mic right here and just talk into the hand mic and have the loudspeaker on. So it just depends. But yeah, that's how you would communicate. All right, we're getting pretty close, actually. Let's pull up some charts. This is going to be a short flight. Sucks. It was such a good flight. I'm really enjoying this. Such a short flight with a 140-knot tailwind. Philip, thank you for the $5 super chat, sir. Much appreciated. Just caught the stream. Had to pick up the kids from school. Always love to support the channel. Love from this U.S. Air family. Phil Norbeck, thank you very much, sir, for your continued support. I appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Thank you very much. U.S. Air all the way, my friend. We need to get an old U.S. Air stream, too. We haven't done one of those in a long time. All right, here we go. Star, we're on the MIP 4, which is the Milton 4. We're about to cross over the Keating intersection, which is out here. We've got Biley expect to cross at 13,000. So let's come down here. Let's put a constraint in here of 13,000. Done. And what else we got? I know it doesn't have Vnav, but this will just be for my visual cues on the descent here. Beauty expect to cross at 10,000. Let's throw that in here at Beauty. Let's put a 10,000 constraint in here as well. Boom. And then we're going to basically vector ourselves off. Let's get an updated ATIS as well. But real quick, we're planning on landing on 2-1, right? So, or I'm sorry, 2-2. ILS or localizer 2-2. Since we're down in the box, let's go ahead and do this right now. 212 on the barrel is set. We'll put that in here right there. And let's pull up our weather. Get rocked. Ah, cleared out the wrong one. We'll pull that out for a minute. See what we get. See what the weather is. I have whichever one is on the. It's not. Oh gosh, the one that's on the Microsoft Store. About hydraulics, we are working on PTU temp simulation. I am tweaking some dynamic PTU sounds. Also, you can activate a hydraulic reservoir leak through the EFB for any system. As of right now, Hotshot, man, I don't want to pull the. I don't want to do that. That would be something. That's awesome, though. Absolutely. Can I explain the different descent modes? I'm a Boeing guy. Rams fan. Well, right now we're in the turbulence descent mode where we're actually in soft ride mode where the Airbus will climb and descend 100 feet before changing thrust to be more economical. Yeah, let me get to that real quick. Let's pull this out. Ooh, wow, it's starting to get nasty in the garbage. 270 and 12 gust 2-3, 10 miles light rain, few scattered, broken, 60, 3003. 60 and 3003. So 6, 3003. Don't have enough angle. Rip that off. 270 at 12. Nope. All right, so descent modes. Descent modes in the Airbus. Trying to bring you out of your Boeing ways here. So, 2 ways to descend in the Airbus. You have your traditional vertical speed modes, which you could scroll this wheel, you could select a vertical speed, you just pull that knob, and it will automatically do whatever you selected here. Vertical speed 100, 300, whatever. If you want to level off, you just mash it back in. It's actually labeled push to level off. So that's one way. That's the an uncommon way. Now, another uncommon way, I wouldn't say uncommon, but a little bit less common than normal, is the open descent mode. Open descent mode. Thank you, Mick349, for the £2 donation. Really appreciate it. Really informative stream. Thank you. Well, I appreciate that, Mick, or MC. Thank you for the dono, man. We'll keep up the information going. So you have your vertical speed descent mode. You also have your open descent mode. Open descent, if I can relate it semi to, it's kind of like your flight level change. So if I were to pull this altitude knob out, what's going to happen is, because I've got what do I have, Mach 7, 8 here selected, whatever my perf speed is, the engines are going to come to idle, and it's going to descend at whatever rate will keep my speed the same. So it's an open descent. We call it open descent in the Airbus. Power to idle. It's an idle descent, and you're just pitching for whatever speed. Now you can select, you say you want to descend at Mach 7.6. I can dial in 7.6 here in the window, pull for open descent, and it will basically pitch for 7.6 speed descending with the engines at idle. Now, the more common way to descend is through Vnav, which is not yet implemented, but let's say we wanted to cross Biley at 13,000. I would set up 13,000 right here, and then I would go ahead and mash this forward. Now, what will happen, since we're technically, I think we're actually a little bit late on our descent here, but what would happen in a true Vnav situation is if you were early, the airplane would pitch for 1,000 feet per minute until capturing the descent profile, which at that point then it would descend on its Vnav path to cross Biley at 13,000. What I'm going to do now, since we're a little bit, we've got to do some math here. Let's say 33, it'd be 20, 24, 60 miles. Oh, we're actually not that far behind. We're actually pretty much right on it. Oh.
Now would be a good time to wrap up any business you need to take care of as we prepare for our approach. If you are up, once you return to your seat, we ask that you remain seated until the aircraft arrives safely at the gate. Pilot parents, please prepare the cabin for a ride.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff, man. Absolutely awesome. We'll go ahead and just kill the music anyway, because we are about to start getting down for our arrival. But yeah, those are your descent modes, essentially. So you got open descent, you got your vertical speed modes, and then you have your nav, your managed, we call it managed descent instead of VNAV, it's managed. Are add-ons like the FlyByWire 320 easy to install on Microsoft Flight Simulator? They are super easy. Luke SC, thank you for the £2 dono. FlyByWire has its own installer now, so it's very easy. You download the installer, and then you literally click which version you want to run. I recommend running the experimental version. That's what I'm running. That's the one that gets the most updates. You run the experimental, and you can select the experimental version, and it will install it, ready to go, and you just get into your sim and you launch it like any other airplane. So it's very intuitive, very easy to install. Thank you for the support, man. Appreciate it. Benny, what's going on, man? In what conditions will you deactivate the auto thrust in the Airbus? We don't have auto throttles in the Airbus. We're not flying pistons, even though Boeing claims that they have throttles in their airplanes. But they are still thrust levers. But I know what you mean, Benny. I'm just giving you a hard time. So in real life, when would you deactivate the auto thrust system? So there's a couple different times you would deactivate auto thrust. Operational needs for deactivating the thrust would be during a super gusty approach. So when it's actually labeled in the book, in the FOM, that says when thrust changes become excessive, to disengage the auto thrust and hand fly. Because sometimes the auto thrust system, especially on the older classics, they really struggle. 319, sometimes they struggle in super gusty conditions. So that's an operational necessity to turn off the auto thrust. Another time that you would turn it off is if you have a engine out at cruise altitude. You go ahead and turn off your auto thrust because you want to do a drift down procedure. You're going to keep one engine at MCT. You don't want that engine to spool back because you want to be able to maintain as much altitude for as long as possible. Other than those operational necessities, I turn it off whenever I feel like it. You know, I have the leisure at my operator. There is no limitation on how much you can hand fly, how much you can't hand fly, where I know there are significant limitations at other operators, especially in European and Middle Eastern operators. They really restrict on how much you can actually hand fly. But here in the States where I work now, you can, I mean, hell, you can hand fly the whole flight if you wanted to, theoretically, but then you can't go into RVSM, so maybe not whenever you want to. But there is no restriction on the auto thrust. You can fly it, hand fly it if you want. I tend to do at least one landing a trip. I like to turn off all the autopilot, so the autopilot and the auto thrust at 10,000 feet, at least one landing on a trip. To keep myself fresh, but I'm typically turning off that auto thrust. If it's gusty, I'll just turn it off because I feel like I can do a better job anyway. But I love the cabin announcements. Me too, man. You got it, Rams fan, and congrats on the Super Bowl. How come vertical speed was going up and down constantly during cruise? That's because we were in a little bit of turbulence there. Light chop. I insist that sounds like your voice. Jamie Fenton may or may not be my voice allegedly. Fly WB, fly with Boris. What is the add-on that gives a PA announcements? It is no add-on. It is the latest experimental version update, so it comes with the airplane. There is no add-on at all. I am running 0 add-ons on this sim right now. You guys are looking at a purely vanilla sim minus the fly-by-wire 320. Everything you're hearing and seeing is coming straight from the airplane itself. And of course, LaGuardia, we have a scenery down there. I forget which one it is, but what do you think about auto landings? They're all right. They make you you got to do them when you got to do them. I haven't had to do one in a while, but yeah, auto lands are auto lands. Nothing special. Nothing too special about auto lands. When you have to do one for real, it's definitely a little bit more, you get a little bit more blood flowing because you're coming down, you're like 750 feet, land green, or what's it, 350 feet land green, whatever it is. Like, okay, I still cannot see anything, and we are only 300 feet above the ground. And you hear that 100. Like, yep, still don't see anything. I really hope we didn't screw it up. It's too late now. Yeah, get your blood flow when you have to do a full 0-0 landing in the auto land. I've only had to do a handful my entire career. I've done more auto lands for maintenance purposes than I have for real-world application purposes, so they're not too common. We all know the announcements are Flight Deck to Sim doing his American accents. He's got a pretty darn good American accent. He's pretty darn good at it, for sure. Max, you're doing a Cat 3 as we speak? Beautiful. Is that... Oh, I'm sorry, Gnar. It is that you are absolutely correct, Gnar. The pushback add-on is indeed is an add-on. You're right. This pushback, I cannot for the life of me remember what it's called. Maybe someone in chat knows, but the pushback is indeed an add-on, and technically Navigraph Charts is an add-on, but that comes with, it's like a third-party subscription service. So if you have Navigraph, then you have Navigraph in your sim. I wouldn't necessarily consider it an add-on, but yes, indeed, the pushback is a non-vanilla. It's an add-on. How do you feel about the update of LaGuardia? I flew out the other day and fairly impressed. Andre, I didn't know it was updated. So there was an updated LaGuardia. I just knew it used to be absolute garbage. So before I started the stream, I purchased the one from the store. Can't remember who made it. It's like the future LaGuardia, the one where they're supposed to be all done, and I installed that one. So I hope I didn't do it for no waste $15 on it. But yeah, the old LaGuardia was pretty terrible.
November 89 automated weather observation 2200 Zulu. Wind 2902 at 15.
Open the door on taxi. I'll do it, hotshot.
Few clouds of 3,300 feet ceiling.
What's going on here?
700 feet broken. Temperature 0 C dew point 10 C altimeter tree 012. November 89 automated weather observation 2.
Wow, 22.8 is apparently a ASOS station there. All right. We're through 18,000 feet. What was the meter down there? 3003. Let's go ahead and set 3003. We'll just go open descent now, a little bit high. Open descent 3003 is set. I'm going to select speed. I'm going to scroll it back to 270 because of the turbulence. We're going to go spoid brakes out. 270 open descent. 3003 is set, which is 1017. Set twice and 3 times. We're going to use low brakes. Oh wow, what a beautiful shot this is right here. I don't know, I like this one better right here. No, this one right here. How confident can you trust ATIS in real life? ATIS? You mean like how? I mean, it's just pretty confident. I mean, the ATIS that's produced, they're pretty up to the minute. Now, if there's significant wind changes, you can just ask Tower for a wind check. I will have approach and tower. Beautiful. Oh, look at that. LaGuardia approaches on. New York approaches on. LaGuardia Tower is online. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to enjoy one hell of an arrival into New York's the garbage airport. We'll go ahead and stow the brakes. We got 2,000 feet to go. Beauty's at 10,000. Let's go ahead and dial up 10,000 here. We're going to continue down on the descent. 270 selected speed. Oh my gosh, that is a beautiful shot right there. 204 likes. Ah, you guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated for the likes tonight. New York approach 2812. I should probably dial up them here. They'll probably be the first ones to talk to me. $28.12.
That's 12 here, you're 3%.
It ain't garbage anymore. Flew out of there on Monday. It's beautiful. All right. I'm going to hold you to it, Ari. Sitting at the crash pad in Fort Lauderdale before working the overnight shift tonight on the dispatch desk. Your stream is perfect for killing time at this dangle. Oh, at this danged old pad. Wrong side sim.
Left 130, right on Japan.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate you tuning in tonight, man. Working dispatch. You working airline dispatch? We can't fly without our dispatchers, so do appreciate the work dispatchers put in for sure. We're glad to have you on board, man. The old crash pad. Benny Bambi, 15 months. Thank you for that. Didn't know it was that long. Sir, thank you so much for your continued support, man. A year and 3 months, Benny. Glad to have you on board, man. Always bring good questions, too. You always bring good questions, Benny. So thank you for tuning in tonight.
Negative, hold position. Hold position, 25 right. That's a 2776, bid by similar cost, and a Delta 426.
Like to hear my nickname for DFW? Big D, little FW. Oh, there we go. Ooh, La Garbage approach. Please contact me on 20.8.
Ataro 125 to 11.
And tell me it's the same ATIS number. That says info Charlie. Does this say Charlie? Oh, we didn't pull up a digital ATIS. Approach, good evening. Spearwings 347 leveling 1010,000 with Charlie.
Spearwings 397, your approach. Unfortunately, you were unreadable on the radio.
Radio check now, Spearwings 347. Test, let's see here. Oh, microphone. Ah, that's why. Testing. Radio check for Spearwings 347.
Spearwings 347, it's your radio 0 by 5.
There we go. I didn't have my mic bound. And Spearwings 347, level 1010,000. Information, Charlie. I think you heard me, right? Is it 5 for 5? Oh, nope. This one. Okay, microphone to voice. There we go. There's the one.
Within 197, descend and maintain
Testing.
7,000.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it down just a little bit.
Set up, maintain 7,000.
Test, there we go.
Copy 1.
Had the wrong mic. And approach, good evening, the Spearwings 347, level 1010,000. Information, Charlie.
Spearwings 347, your approach, your low squawk 1017.
Squawk 1017, Spearwings 347. 1017? I think that's what I said. Exclamation point specs, Diego, get you all the info you need. These clouds are looking absolutely awesome right now. ILS 22 runway approach in use, departing 31. Cool, so we can expect 22 according to info. Charlie, I want to try something here. Can I pull
Spearwings
out?
347, radar contact 20 miles north of the Yardley BWR. Expect vectors for the ILS runway 22 approach, maintain 250 knots.
All right, we'll slow to 250 knots. We'll expect ILS 22 approach for Spearwings 347.
Spearwings 347, the LaGuardia altimeter 3003.
3003, Spearwings 347. All right, 3003 is set.
197,
Slowing to 250.
Proceeded direct to Apple, Caribbean 197.
I thought I could pull the Guardia ATIS this way. I don't think so. That would be cool if it could pull from the ATIS from VATSIM to Charlie. All right, we're at a 10,000. Approach briefing is complete. Okay, so now that we got ATC online, we actually have to, let's go ahead and do some actual pilot stuff here. 10.9 on the chart. After we land, we're going to taxi over here to... Oh, where does the Spiritual Wangs park?
Caribbean 197, turn left heading 050.
Spiritual Wangs over here at Delta.
050.
No, I think it's over here, Terminal C. Yeah, these are like RJ stuffs. So we're going over here, 9 Alpha. And as far as gates go, we're going to tell them we're going over to, we'll just call it Charlie 41. I parked there one time flying as a U.S. Airways regional pilot. I had my mom on board, so I just try to remember that gate. So we're going to just tell them we're going to Charlie 41. I think Spiritual Wangs is out here as well. I don't know. They have multiples, I think. All right, so we got that down.
New York. Hello.
ILS 22 approach. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Let's get our LS push buttons on as well. We got to double check stuff now because ATC is online, which I love. Love having a little ATC tonight. Oh my word! Look at that shot. Screenshot.
409 arrival. November 2409 or Echo, New York.
Are you kidding me? Look at that view, guys. That might be the most beautiful thing I've seen all week on simulators. And we did some cool flying. That is
Spear wings 347, descend and maintain 8,000.
Descend and maintain 8,000, Spear wings 347. Oh my gosh, that is just so awesome. 8,000 is set. See, that's what I mean. Like 8,000 blue, thrust throttle open, descent. We're going through 10,000 feet. We'll go ahead and do real world lights here. So we'll go ahead and get our landing lights on. We're going to leave our turn off and taxi light off. We're going to turn those on when we get our clearance to land. I can get VATSIM made us to go in AOC. Okay. I just probably a menu I got to configure via the EFB. I'll check it out next time. Have you ever flown with Guardia in real life? Many times.
Forward approach, hello, American 4944, reaching 10,000 with truck.
American 4944 near approach, hello, squawk 1040.
1040, American 4944.
Yeah, Mr. Martini, no doubt that was a screenshot. Look at that too. That's what I'm talking about. Like if they got one more airplane, if PMDG came out tomorrow and said, "Hey, here's the 737, it's released,"
197, descend and maintain 4,000,
I would
then reduce
uninstall X-Plane 11 until X-Plane 12 came out. I'm not saying I'm done with X-Plane. I'm just saying because I don't want to go through this reinstall process. Because these views are winning me over. Is RDX 3060 a good card? Yeah, it's a good card, man. Better than my card. And you're seeing what my card's producing.
4944, better contact 40
Alright, we'll
miles
speed our
northwest
stop.
of the Robbinsville EOR. Expect the ILS runway 22 approach.
Take ILS 22 approach.
Wow, this is real time, real weather too. So this is real life sunset.
197, fly heading 040.
Or real time sunset, I should say.
Fly heading
It's not quite real life, even though it looks real life. It's not quite real life.
That wouldn't be the pro waypoint.
Yep, that's the closest one, but it's fly heading 040.
Let's hope X-Plane 12 lives up to its expectations. GNR, I'm with you, man. My fingers are crossed. I think, like Microsoft Flight Sim and any new sim, we're going to have some growing pains. We're going to have some growing pains out the gate, no doubt. But I am ready, like that's what I was kind of saying on my last stream, is I'm ready to just ride the wave with X-Plane 12 because I don't have the space or the want to run 4 simulators on my computer. So once it's out, I'm going to ditch X-Plane 11 and just ride it.
7,000.
Send and maintain 7,000, Spear wings 347. And I'm just going to ride the wave of bugs and issues with X-Plane 12 because I think X-Plane 12, it's obviously the future of the X-Plane platform. So there's no reason in trying to breathe life into 11. Unless, you have your all-time favorite airplane and it's not compatible, which would be awful. But from what I'm hearing, what we've heard, a lot of the add-ons that we have now in 11 should work in 12. So that's why I don't really have too much of an issue saying that, because theoretically my airplane should still work in X-Plane 12, right? What a year to be a simmer. I mean, what a year to be a simmer, guys. This is exciting. Look at that. We have more likes than we had concurrent viewers there for a while. Shout out to you guys. Absolute shout out to you guys for liking the video, liking the content. You guys are awesome. I'm almost feeling like doing a second leg. I'm feeling a little spicy. I don't know.
American 4944, descend and maintain 900,000.
But what if MD-11... Okay, so Carta, there you go. If the MD-11 came out in X-Plane 11 and not 12, then I would probably hold on just for that. You're absolutely right. But I actually think,
American
Carta,
4944,
I think the
maintain
MD-11 is
900,000.
being held for release for X-Plane 12. I think that's what it is. I think I heard, was it Chewy or Blue was talking about that on XP stream last night, the Blue experience. And I think they're right. I think Rotate is waiting for 12.
Approach, I'm an also looking like 3,000
The sunset on Spiritual Wings is godly. I agree.
Caribbean 147.
Have I tried the Heart Start CL6? I have. I absolutely love it. It is a fantastic airplane. I just uninstalled P3D V4 and V5. Haven't used them in almost a year, and I needed the space to move around some ortho and needed purchase True. I've been hearing a lot about this True Earth. I'm going to have to look into it.
Zero wings 347, descend and maintain 4,000, then reduce speed to 210.
Descend and maintain 4,000, then slow to 210, Spear wings 347. All right, 4,000 blue. We're getting, so here we go. It's +9. We're going to go through some of the clouds, which is visible moisture, so
American
engine
90,
anti-ice is
question
on.
American 4944, descend and maintain 8,000.
I'm in 8,000, American 49.
I'll go ahead and turn down some of these screens here. All right, 4,000 and then 210 on the speed. On the K-knots. I mean, look at the reflection of the strobe in the cloud. Like when we went into that cloud for a second, there was reflection of the cloud from the strobe. Like that's just stupid. Look at that. Look at that. That's just stupid awesome.
Spirit Wings 347, fly heading 040.
040, Spirit Wings 347. J-Long. Get to that in just a second. Here. Let me get my heading here. Heading select 34040. We are heading mode confirmed. J-Longs is buying my ticket for the possible second
American
day.
4944, depart Apple.
J-Long,
heading
thanks for the
040.
$5 super chat, man. Much appreciated for your support, my friend. Thank you.
4944.
Maybe we could run up to Boston or something short. We'll see.
For the approach, American 2044, do 8,000.
+9, where do I see the number? On the lower ECAM. On the lower ECAM. Chavza. So right here, my TAT, I'm looking at my TAT. +8 now. So it's right in that zone. You might pick some up. But remember, even though it's +8 outside, the engine inlet air might be right about, it might just be that perfect temp when it gets accelerated and cooled because of Bernoulli's principle. It might just be perfect for the engine inlet. So that's why we turn on the engine anti-ice. Engine anti-ice doesn't hurt your performance nearly
American
as much as wing
4944, just
anti-ice.
going to maintain 3,000.
Basically, it's free. So if it's free, use it. Don't forget
American
replay. Thank you.
4944,
Gonna get it ready to go now.
7,000.
Gonna get replay client up.
American 4944.
The replay
Southwest
client
197, turn left heading
is
040.
lost. Where is it? There it
I'm
is.
sorry. Caribbean 197, turn left heading 040.
Replay application
left,
is
heading 040,
open.
Caribbean
Make sure you
197.
guys tell me to start the replay when it's time to start. All right, why do we vertical speed mode?
November 2409.
Vertical speed 1200 to 4000. We're in a heading mode. We also need to slow to 210. Let's go ahead and bring it back.
November 2409 Echo.
210 on the speed.
Requesting to taxi to general aviation.
November 2409 Echo, taxi to the ramp via Alpha. Taxi to the ramp via, at your discretion.
At my discretion, 09.
Do Boston quick. Christian says, remember what happens with X-Enviro. Oh, that happens with X-Enviro too. It does, really? Oh, see, Christian, but here's the problem. Then I'd have to spend like $3,000 for a GPU to run X-Enviro. I don't disagree. When I see X-Enviro running on people's computers that have the computer to run it, it looks amazing.
1258 near Philo, where are you?
But I can't run it, man. Like my PC just decides to go bye-bye. All right, here we go. We are going to go flaps 1.
That's 1258. Unfortunately, you're outside of my airspace, and you come under Unicom 122.8.
There's Kennedy off the right-hand side. Hopefully we get down a little bit lower. We see some of the city here.
Spirit Wings 347, turn right heading 090.
Right turn is 090, Spirit Wings 347.
Caribbean
Oh,
197, turn left heading 360.
he's going to take us on the other side,
Turning left heading
the
360.
non-pretty side.
American 4944, just going to maintain 4,000, then reduce speed to
Mr.
210.
Martini says, got a dono today because there's so much juice. Mr. Martini, I totally agree. Thank you for your support, my friend,
American
Mr. Martini.
2846.
All my members, make me feel better about all this juice that we're seeing.
Then just going to maintain 4,000.
All my members, give me some juicy emojis in chat. Let's turn. Sometimes we turn the chat blue with yoga. Sometimes we turn it into with yous. Let's turn the chat into juice right now because
American 2846.
I don't know about you guys, but we are in the juice. Except right now we are in the soup. But for the majority of the flight, we were in the juice there.
Caribbean 197.
How did I get ATC? The ATC is VATSIM. It is a real-world air traffic controller program that is talking to us. Gene Harpin giving the juicy all flight. Thank you, sir. Yeah, we've been getting some serious juice. Let me make the cockpit a little bit more juicy here. We'll get a little floodlight action on it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, how do you like that? Look at all the juice. I love it. You guys are awesome. Berto 360. 30-month membership, second leg, please.
Spirit Wings 347, turn left heading 040.
Left turn, 040, Spirit Wings 347. Berto, 30 months. That's about as long as I've even had memberships available. All right, we're going to have to come up with a second leg. We won't VAMS it. We won't do it in
Caribbean 197, turn left heading 250.
We'll do a second leg. We'll run up to...
turn left heading 250.
where should we go? Should we run north? Or should we run south to... We can either go south to Filthy Delphia, or we could go north to the land of Dunkin' Donuts up in... Well, no, we don't. LaGuardia, Boston? Geez, that'd be a short flight, wouldn't it? You guys tell me, where should we go? We'll do a turn on the ground. I don't think I've ever done a turn in the fly-by-wire, so we'll do a quick turn on the ground. I've never done it. Let's see how it does it. DCA? Oh boy, could do DCA. That's a long flight, though, isn't it?
Caribbean 197, 7 miles from...
Go somewhere with the
7 miles
tailwind.
from Greco,
Agree.
maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 22.
Felix, thank you for the $5 donor, man. Appreciate it, sir.
Approach, Caribbean
Phil
197.
Norbeck says, wouldn't mind second leg to Phil.
American 2846, turn right heading 270.
Phil doesn't get any love.
270, American 2846.
Where's the interesting weather? Hold on, let me look at something. Let me pull up the radar. Let me pull up the real world radar here. Let's see, what do we got going on? Boston is snowing. How long a flight is that down to DC? Alright, I'm going to put a poll in chat.
American 4944 with speed 180.
Speed 180, American 4944.
Alright, poll is up. I think. There it is. You go to Charlotte, has some ATC on? I want to save Charlotte for PVA.
American 2846, turn right heading 290. 290, American 2846. Spirit Wings 347, turn left heading 350.
Left turn 350, Spirit Wings 347.
American 4944, turn right heading 090.
6090, American 4944.
Caribbean 197, contact Guardia Tower 118.7, have a good night.
Contact in the Guardia Center at 188.7. Thank you.
Did you actually talk to it in game? I've never played this game. I want to. I'm blind. It's not
Spirit
available
Wings
on the
347,
iPhone.
center maintain 3000.
Center maintain 3000. Spirit Wings 347. Yeah, indeed. This is you know, you're talking to real world
American
controllers.
2846,
So
reduce speed of 180.
the program is VATSIM. It will not be available on your phone. You can't play Microsoft Flight Simulator on your phone. You can't play it on
American 2846
Xbox.
traffic, 10 o'clock, 5 miles, say northbound, Airbus 320 at 4,000. Descending.
Wow, DCA, huh?
American 2846.
Only 20% of people in chat want cheesesteaks. We'll let it roll till the
turn
touchdown.
left heading 250 and put the localizer.
Left turn 250, join the localizer, Spirit Wings 347. You say 250? I think so. 250, Loc Blue. We'll have to back up the time though, right? I don't want to do a night flight. You voted for Boston? I wouldn't mind some Dunkin' Donuts. Looks like DCA is winning. If you go to DCA, buy the scenery. So I have to do a whole Microsoft's... Is the scenery on the org store? Actually, I might have a scenery for DCA, actually. Alright. Speed out, Loc. Man, we didn't get to see any of the Juice City view.
American 2846, turn left heading
We're on the
250
Loc. We need to pay attention here. Let's go take off from landing cam. We're a hell of a lot closer than I thought. I'm over here looking around at poles and thinking about our second leg.
347, 3 miles from... 3 miles from Greco, descend and maintain 2,000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS, runway 22 approach.
2 established, cleared ILS, 22 approach, to Spirit Wings 347. You should try to screw me there.
347, maintain 180 knots or greater until Greco.
200 or greater to Greco, Spirit Wings 347. Here you
American
go.
49,
Right on it. We were
040.
almost got high. It gave us a vector there. See that glide slope was running below us there. We got spoid brakes out here.
2,500.
He saved it. He was right on, but man, 2 more seconds and we would have been having to do a glide slope capture from above. So let's go ahead and focus on this now. Landing cam. I'm not going to be paying attention to the chat here.
Spearwing 347, thanks so much for the help tonight. Contact with Guardia Tower 118.7. Have a good night.
18.7, not a problem. You have a good one, Spearwings 347. He was right on the money. Yeah, he wasn't wrong. He was actually like dead on with his approach. Just makes me nervous when I'm in the fly-by-wire. Need time to slow down here. Oh, just stepped on him. Bank angle check. River Visual, Albert 1. Thank you, sir. All right, River Vis. Oh gosh, replay, recording. Thank you. Replay is on.
347 checking in.
Yes, that's affirmative. Spearwings 347. We're on the ILS 22.
Spearwings 347, the Guardia Tower, good evening, number 2 behind A320 on 1 mile final. Runway, wind 28, 12, gusting 23, runway 22,
22, clear to land, Spearwings 347. All right, we're clear to land, so I should have had this on and this on. We're out of the icing condition. I'm going to turn the engine anti-ice off. We are way tight. Oh boy, autopilot off, auto thrust off. We didn't activate an approach phase, apparently. Ladies and gentlemen, we may be going around. You might be seeing 3 legs. Oh, this ain't gonna work, folks. This will be a go around in real life. 100% go around right here in real life.
Terrain.
Son of a.
Too low. Terrain.
Here we go. We're going around. Go around, flaps.
Terrain. Too low.
Positive
terrain.
rate. Gear up.
They came to the
Too
left.
low. Terrain.
The Guardia 197. Sorry, Caribbean 187.
We were way off on that one. Tower Spearwings 347 going around.
Spearwings 347, roger, fly runway heading line, climb maintain 2000.
Runway heading, climb maintain 2000, Spearwings 347. Speed, alt star, 1,000 to go. Flap 0, after takeoff checklist. Speed checks, flap 0, go around track.
For your tower, American 2046, with you on final 2.
Runway heading, 224. Check, alt, autopilot 1. And there's your go around, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go ahead and, I guess we'll stop recording, because I'm not going to record an entire,
Caribbean 187 ready to stop you to the gate for parking.
blocked.
So 347, contact Airbus 120.82.
2082, Spearwings 347.
American 2846, with you on ILS 22.
I think she's at 20.8,
American
right?
2846, Guardia Tower.
Approach Cleveland, Spearwings 347, we're back with you, 2000, runway heading.
Spearwings 347, your departure, correction, your approach, hello again, turn right heading 0, turn right heading 360.
Right turn 360, Spearwings 347. My first V1 go around. Alright, we killed the replay. 360. Yeah, so we had an interesting situation. We were tight on that guy, number 1. Number 2, we,
American 4944, turn left.
when I put managed speed, you like that, Bertho? Bertho caught it. I was wondering if anyone was going to catch it. Bertho's always on it. Yes, indeed.
Your departure United 602 at 67.
United 602, New York departure, hello.
Spammer. I don't know what was up with that speed. I went managed speed there, and it zoomed up to
and
like,
United 602, maintain
was it 250? So that was the nail in the coffin for us. But hey, we got to go right over New York. Are you kidding me?
United 602, climbing maintain 1010,000.
We literally get to fly over New York City.
10,000.
We get to fly over it one way or another. But yeah, that managed speed, when it went full power there, that was the nail in the coffin. We were going to be well unstable anyway, but might have been able to save it, but not after that.
347, turn right heading 040.
040, Spearwings 347. That was the nail in the coffin, folks. It's all right.
American 4944,
Go around practice.
5 miles from Greco, cross Greco at or above 2,000, cleared ILS from right 22 approach.
All right, everything else set up, 212 on the barrel, lope is good. Let's recycle our lights here. Let's go off and off.
American 4944, maintain 160 knots or greater until Greco.
160, great, American 49.
Folks on the flight deck, you may have noticed we just did a go around there off the Guardia. Not to worry, there's nothing wrong with the airplane, just some traffic on the runway in front of us.
United
Apparently
602, turn right, heading 080.
that was crossing the runway. He hijacked a catering truck full of peanuts, so everything's fine with the airplane. We'll be back on the ground here in about 10 minutes. We do appreciate your patience. Approach phase in the McDo, yeah, so here's the thing, Felix. I didn't check if it activated. It did exactly what would happen if you never activated the approach phase. Now, on that approach, well, we did get vectored off to the right. In the real airplane, it would automatically sequence if you go through the decel point, even on heading mode, which I thought we did, but you're absolutely right, Felix. That's what the airplane was doing. It went to speed up because the approach phase was not active in the box, and I assumed that it was, which makes you guys know what assumptions do, right? They make an ass out of you and me. So always want to verify that your approach mode is indeed active. That is why it sped up on us there. You make stuff up on Go Around in real life too? All the time, man. All the time. I don't go around very often in real life, but when it happens, yeah, you never tell the truth. All the peanuts are gone. We all know you blew the approach speed on purpose for those views. Exactly. Exactly. What base am I using for the stick? The base for this stick is the Thrustmaster Warthog base. That's what's underneath here. Sometimes it does. It doesn't do it automatically. Right. Right. That's right.
Wing 347, turn right, heading 090.
090, Spirit Wings 347. Now, I'm curious. Hey, look at that. I got my heading mode up here now. That's cool.
United 602 will get you higher in about 10 miles here.
Alpha 602, say again.
United 602 will get you higher in about 10 miles.
Okay, 602, thanks.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Well, you guys get to see a night approach on the Guardia. That's
American
pretty cool.
4944, contact LaGuardia Tower 118.7. Have a good night.
187, American 4944, good night.
Not the peanuts. Alright, let me, I got the recorder ready to go for the second replay here. I don't know how long, because the flight recorder that I have, I don't know how long it would record, so I don't want to record like 20 minutes of a flight.
Spirit Wings 347, turn right, heading 190, to intercept the localizer.
Right turn 190, intercept the load, Spirit Wings 347. .190 to intercept the Loke. He didn't give me any speed restrictions, so I'm going to go ahead and start dialing it back here since we're going to be a little bit tight. There's VFE next to -10, flaps 1. You suggest a tiller option, flight force check in
about 3
next
miles
week.
from Greco, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, cleared ILS from right 22 approach.
2 established, cleared ILS from a 22 approach, Spirit Wings 347. All right, approach mode, lights on. Whoa, with the wind shift there. Loke star. Total wind shift there. Let's go ahead and dial it back. Let's not do this again. We're visual with the runway. Man alive. All right, all kinds of wild stuff going on here. Glide slope blue. There is a glide slope intercept. Here comes flaps 2. My flaps 2 notch is a little bit off. I gotta shave it.
060.
Left 060.
Holy cross, 31 knots.
United 602, contact New York departure 128.12. Have a good night.
Gears coming down. Oh,
Spirit Wings
Replay on.
347, contact LaGuardia Tower 118.7. Have a good night.
over to tower. Have a good night. Spirit Wings 347. Tower, good evening. Spirit Wings 347, visual runway 22.
Wing 347, welcome back. Wind 280-1223, runway 22, clear to land. There's no one in front of you this time.
How's that? Runway 22, clear to land, Spirit Wings 347. Why do I have no control? You guys see this? What is going on here? Guys, I've got no... Oh no. Oh no. What is going on here? Hold on. What is going on? I've got no response. I've got no response.
Too low, terrain.
It's not the replay mode, is it?
Too low, terrain.
It is the replay mode. Oh my word. The replay mode is interfering with the fly-by-wire mod. Oh my gosh. Third time's the charm. So much for a second leg.
347 traffic holds for us in the crossing runway.
Spirit Wing 347 going around. Going around flaps. Positive rate. Gear up.
347 maintains 2,000 fly runway heading.
2,000 runway heading. Spirit Wing 347. We're getting it. Okay, so the replay mode is interfering with the fly-by-wire. I'm getting no response from the fly-by-wire controls when I activate replay. Goodness, there's 2,000. Speed out star, S speed, flap 0, after takeoff checklist. Alt, autopilot, heading select, alt heading. Let's go ahead and continue speeding up. We're going to have these frequencies memorized by the end of the night. 20.8, Spirit Wings 347. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Go get it on the third time.
The Guardia departure. Good evening. Once again, Spirit Wings 347, level 2000.
Spirit Wings 347, New York departure. Hello again.
Let's give him 250 on the speed.
Spirit Wings 347, turn heading 360.
Right turn 360, Spirit Wings 347. Alright, so at least we know what it is. Okay, so we're not going to have replay, guys, because apparently replay mode is messing with this. Interesting. Unless, I wonder if it has to do with me starting, I don't know. It never used to bother the fly-by-wire mod, so why would it start now? Look at this shot, though. We got another view of the city here, guys. Are you using add-on replay mod? Yes, I am, Andre. Are you rabbit crossing the runway? Oh, word. Good thing I took extra fuel. This is exactly why we took extra fuel, man. This I didn't have this in mind, per se, but yeah, for stuff like this. Right over the city again. We got a little over 4,000 pounds. We're good on the gas. Did I accidentally hit play instead of record? I don't know. Let me go ahead and pull it up again. I shut it off.
Spirit Wings 347, turn right heading 040.
Right turn 040, Spirit Wings 347. Yeah, we got 5,600 pounds of fuel. So I might have done that. We'll try again. I'm going to have to divert here.
Spirit Wings 347, maintain 210 knots.
So 210, Spirit Wings 347.
WestJet 1221, descend and maintain 4,000.
All right. We'll try it again. Focus on flight deck. You may have noticed we went around for a second time here. This one is on the first officer. He was a little fast on the approach. So not to worry, I'm going to take the controls on this approach. You're in good hands. I've got 357 carrier landings, and I consider myself a superior aviator, so we'll have this all on the ground here on this approach. We do appreciate your patience. All right, there's VFNX minus 10, flaps 1. V1 city tours, exactly. Can you get this thing on the ground soon? I need to go to sleep. All right, here we go. We're going to get it on this one. That was on Phantom 320. I'll tell you, the most I've ever gone around on board an airplane, I was a passenger on an E-170. I was going to my interview, and I was flying on the same airline that I was interviewing at for a regional airline. They went around 3 times.
1221, fly present heading.
I was definitely a little bit nervous because the weather wasn't that bad. They just were not stable. And it turns out they were actually, I think there was some training going on. So, all right, it's pitch black now. 210 on the speed. We're on the right heading. We're looking good. Watch this guy vector me like a 20-mile final because he thinks I can't get in on the normal vector. This is why you shouldn't play a sim while flying in real life. Exactly, Ian. XP-72 would have just landed. No, I think XP would have gone around. XP, I've seen XP go around. I've seen him do a couple go-arounds, you know, in recent streams. So he's coming around. He's coming around.
Spirit Wings 347, turn right heading 090.
090, Spirit Wings 347. Well, I will say I'm impressed that the box will reactivate the approach phase again here. We're reactivated. ILS 22, same mins, no questions. It's raining now.
Frequency information, Delta 9 for Network Guardia, altimeter 3011, wind 33021, gust 28.
3011. What was the wind? Let me pull it up. 330 at 21. Who decided to fly to the Guardia tonight? All right. Once you hit that 20 knot mark, then my attention starts to get peaked up here as far as landing is concerned. Let's go ahead and turn this off. We never even got clear to land. Oh yeah, we did. Third time's the charm, folks. The sodas, that's Sod's Law to be on a flight. You have an appointment to be at. Exactly, Carter. I was definitely sweating a little bit on that.
347, turn right heading 190, intercept the localizer.
Right turn 190, intercept the local, Spirit Wings 347. Stick cam's coming right up. Let me get this heading in here. 190, Loc Blue, takeoff and landing cam. I'm gonna start replay now. Let's see if something goes funky. So, recording is on. We are recording. Everything seems to be good. I'm going to just do a test speed reduction.
WestJet 1221, turn right heading 270.
Okay, so you're at, I might have hit replay. Phil Norbeck, I didn't see your chat, your super chat there earlier. Said this is absolutely the best. Thank you for the $5 super chat, man. I appreciate that, sir. Got a little hairy there. Hey, maybe I should just keep going around, because every time I go around, we keep getting more viewers for the landing. I appreciate y'all just tuning in. All right, there's Loc Star. Come on, man. Give me a clear approach. Field and sight, Spirit Wings 347.
Spirit Wings 347, clear visual approach from 22.
Cleared visual 22, Spirit Wings 347.
Spirit Wings 347, contact Guardia Tower 18.7. Have a good night.
Over to tower. Have a good night. Spirit Wings 347. We're clear for the approach. That's coming on. That's on. We're on tower for the third time. Let's configure early, gear down, arm the spoid brakes, glide slope. Tower, good evening. Once again, Spirit Wings 347, a visual, runway 22.
Spirit Wings 347, third time is the charm, wind 330 at 21.328, runway 22, clear to land.
I wouldn't say that till we're actually on the ground, but we appreciate the encouragement. We are clear to land, runway 22, Spirit Wings 347. VFNX minus 10, flaps 2. I'm not going to jinx myself and say that third time's a charm, but I sure hope it is. All right, let's manage speed. Don't screw me. Yeah, it's good. Here we go. Manage speed is coming back. VFNX minus 10. What's flaps 3? Here it comes. I'm going to just go... we'll just go flaps full. Here we go. Flaps full. Here it comes. Time to start chewing that cigar. Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Autopilot's off. We'll keep the auto thrust on. It seems to be doing a good job. It was just me that was. I guess I hit play on the replay. That was pretty bad. All right, we're down to land. Clear to land. Oh, we never did a cabin check. Flight attendants are probably a little bit nervous now. 3 birds. Thank you, GNR. That's great. All right, here comes the wind. It's really blowing below like 500 feet. You see, it's up to 15 knots now. It was at like 5 at 1,000. So it's a real low-level wind shift going on here. It's increasing as we get down to the surface. Probably should have increased. If I had an FO, I'd say increase my VAP by 3 knots, please.
100 above. 300. Minimum.
See, I hate it when the thrust comes all the way to idle like that. Jeez, look at this crab, guys.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Spoilers. Reverse green. Can't get it on the center line for some reason. There it is. Oh man. I got full left rudder.
47, congratulations. Vacate left lane, taxi Bravo, Echo Alpha to parking.
Thanks for that, Echo Alpha to parking. Thank you for the ATC, Spearwings 347. Good night. Ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. Echo Alpha. Did I just... Hold on. Tell me I didn't just turn on the wrong taxiway. Oh no, Echo Alpha to parking. Cool. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. Butter's in chat. I think it was butter enough. Clean up the airplane. I love bringing up those flaps like that. Let's get our dome light on so we can see what's going on here. Taxi light on. Wing off. That's off. That's off. Oh my gosh, I'm taxiing into the frickin' runway. Trying to turn my lights off. I need an overhead panel like max rank. Oh my gosh, I can't get my frickin' strobe light. Come on now. And now my mouse has disappeared. This stream is cursed. We are not doing a second leg. Let's stop recording.
1221 with you.
Alright.
Just,
now my airplane has stopped. Applause. Now that I landed, open all the doors. I will, if I can start roll again. I don't know why we're stuck on the ground.
21, wind 33021.28 on my 22 for land.
That was weird. Open the doors. Alright. Don't do that in real life. Maybe there's something funky going on with the record thing. Rowdy cabin back there. Yeah, they're definitely a little bit rowdy. Oh, I should have just parked over there where that Spirit was. With you. Someone say with you. I didn't catch it. Oh, he's coming in on final, looking good. Man, controllers are going to start seeing my name and be like, man, when this guy's flying in LaGuardia, we don't want to be working because he's going to do 3 go-arounds. Did we do 3 or 2? We did 2 go-arounds, yeah. 3rd attempt. I wonder what my VAMPSys, my VA Spirit's going to give me. Could jump into Trusty X-Plane. Shaq, I totally would if I had any ortho working. I have 0 ortho working in X-Plane right now. I don't know what, like, I guess all my orthos decided to go wank. Like, just, it's done. I don't know what's going on. Anybody know what time we touched down? Let me check my Pegasus client, because we would like to get some bonus points for single engine taxi. Let's see. Taxiing the gate at 23:12. It's been 3 minutes. Yellow electric pump is on. Confirmed 2. It's coming down.
Left when able, United 1221.
And you can taxi.
I think we were supposed to turn right back there.
You can taxi Papa.
Felix, you're part of vSpirit? Awesome, man.
Golf P parking.
Yeah, we missed our parking slot too. We got to double back. Default scenery. This is a pay-aware scenery, which I was really hoping to see in the daylight, but when you go around 74 times, you end up missing the scenery. So I don't know where we're at, so we're just gonna park. How's that sound? Let's Let's just park
Guardia Tower, American 60,
over by
64.
Frontier, because Spirit's merging with Frontier, right?
Taxi,
So
runway 31.
let's do that. Let's go ahead and bring you guys back to live cam. Let's just park over here. Let's kill the taxi light. There's a Frontier Airbus over there, so merger's happening early. Oh, should I have started the APU? I was just going to go right on the ground power to save fuel.
Ramp and runway 31 via Golf Alpha Zulu for American 6064.
Oh, come on. Don't run out of juice. That looks pretty good, coming in on one engine. I like that. Erp. Brake set. GPU is on. Seatbelt sign is off. Engine 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We finally did it.
LaGuardia Tower is now closed. For tower services at LaGuardia, contact Niagara Bridge 120.8.
Reactors are disarmed.
The doors verified?
Niagara Bridge 120.8.
Just tuning in, you finally put it back on the ground. I did, Jeff. I like all these sounds, Boris. Doors verified. Absolutely awesome. All right, let's end our flight in Pegasus. What did it give us for landing rate? It said our final landing rate was 235, according to this. I'll take that. File PyRep. That is done. ATC's going offline. I appreciate them coming online. We're going to disconnect from that. PyRep is filed. Oh my gosh, keep engines on for replay. I screwed it up again. We'll do it without engines. It's fine. Let's throw you guys in a replay mode. Let's throw this replay on screen. That's exactly what I did. That's 100% what I did, guys. Is I hit replay when we were oh no. I hit replay when we were flying. That's what it was. Alright, our replays are probably going to be jacked. We got no lights. Let's see if we can salvage it here. Nope. No lights. I can't even see what I'm clicking. Whoops. Can I start the APU? What a fitting way to end it. Well, Colin, thank you for the super chat there. If you have a question in real life, would a double go-around situation affect you mentally for the rest of the day and night? Some people deal with these differently. No, you got to have a short memory, man. You got to be. You have to have a short memory in certain situations, especially when you're an airline pilot. Like, if you have to go around and it's because you were just high and fast, you're gonna have to get over it and get back on the ground. Like, there is no, you don't really have time to sit up there and dwell on it. Now, once you get on the ground, go back to the hotel, yeah, we might bust your balls a little bit, have a couple of drinks, be like, man, you were totally unstable on that. But at the end of the day is you want to make sure everybody's safe, right? So when you're in the air, when you're flying, it's not time to sit around and sulk about what happened. It's just you have a job to do. Once you're on the ground, yeah, debrief it, talk about it. Most of the time, guys, go-arounds in real life, though, are probably because of a traffic separation. I wouldn't even say it's because of the pilot's skills. It's probably just because somebody was too close on final. Maybe they got vectored in a little bit too tight, and it's just not going to work for separation, so they got to go around. So it's no one's fault, really, except maybe ATC, if you can even say that, but it's just part of flying. It's just a normal thing. So, but thank you for the support, man. Appreciate it. That's why you stay X-Plane 11, Phil? Yeah, we do need a native replay indeed. I was wondering if I could get this to fire up. I don't think I can here. Doesn't appear like it.
500.
Won't be able to get any lights. But
400.
see how we did coming in here. Towers closing, they had enough.
300.
We'll stick with the outside view, we'll see. Stealth landing, no lights and no engines, exactly. Yeah, they have a native replay, but I don't think it's as good. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say it's as good. This one is pretty good, except I just have to keep the engines running. I keep forgetting. Let's see how we did here. Oh, that wasn't bad at all. A little off center line. I actually think I ran out of rudder authority there. See, I had full left rudder. But that wasn't too bad at all, guys. It doesn't suck. You just need to know how to use it. It sucks compared to X-Plane, I'll tell you that. This one is real easy to manipulate. This one's super easy to manipulate. Alright, here we go. We'll go ahead and keep going. Just gliding, Bert, though. Exactly. Gimli Glider replay. Guys, I appreciate you tuning in for this stream. We were going to do a second leg, but man, after 3 go-arounds, I think I'm toast. So we will probably stream tomorrow. I'm going to try to get some of my ortho fixed, and we might even do a Bourbon group flight coming up because we have some CSLs now for the Bourbon Air livery. Hopefully we'll be back at X-Plane. But guys, I had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this flight, although we kind of fell apart there at the end. Until the replay, everything was pretty good. Pretty good. All right, guys. Have a wonderful weekend wherever you are. Thank you, mods, for hanging out. Sponsors, donos, thank you for all the donations and super chats. Very, very much appreciated. Here comes that touchdown. Oh, yeah, not bad at all. Not too bad at all. You guys have a good rest of your weekend. I'm V1. Stay safe. Stay healthy. See ya!
If there's